Oh, I know we started. All right, welcome back to Greene, everyone.
What's up?
Episode 12.
Episode 12.
Came a long fucking way. I actually look back on the podcast, and it's interesting because we started it like almost 2 years already. It's like, wow, what the fuck?
Damn.
Yeah, right? The first couple were like fucking, oh my God, though.
We just turned adults.
Yeah, no,
now we're 20.
But the like the sound, like the sound quality of it though was.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, came a long way.
Well, you also got it was like 4 niggas in one shit.
Yeah,
all mad close.
Like 6 at a time.
With the
good times though.
With the gain on their mics all the way up.
Yeah, now we're doing live podcasts and shit. You know, expanding.
I saw that shit you did it in Washington Park, bro. That shit was dope.
We get it on other platforms too, man, because we got
like
the
what?
thing. Yeah, like I'm trying to get it on Spotify and Apple Music too, because that's really a big market for podcasts. Because the problem when you do it YouTube only is like a lot of people won't consider that a real podcast, which I think is bullshit. But I just like this because we have the video format. You know, you're able to communicate with the people more.
But there's a point because thing with YouTube is. Most people don't have YouTube Premium. Yeah. So, you know, how you usually listen to podcasts is you like put your phone in your pocket and you just listen to it.
That's absolutely a fact.
A lot of people can't do that with YouTube because once you shut down your phone, it cuts the sound.
Right. I've actually heard from a lot of people like, oh, YouTube is dying, which I don't buy that shit because I still think it's the biggest video platform. But I guess it's just everyone's on TikTok now, so they find that to be like the main platform, which I find kind of funny because I don't really like TikTok. Like,
yeah, but
it has its purpose, but like that's just short videos. But I guess it goes to show like people's attention spans are really was dying.
Now you go upload pretty long videos. TikTok, you upload longer? Like 10-minute long videos.
Oh shit!
But the thing, it's just viral culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Thing about TikTok is it's very easy to go viral because it's so short. You know, most people are like, "Oh, I'll give like a minute to watch this, see what's up with it."
Yeah,
but TikTok don't make you no money.
That's exactly true. But the thing is, it gets you clout. But here's the other thing about TikTok though is like people would say, "Oh, okay, it's a lesser time investment for me to just scroll through videos," but then they end up spending more time scrolling through short videos than you would have just watching a longer video.
I can't do that. I go on TikTok from time to time because I found like the way I curated it so that I find a lot of funny videos.
Right.
You know, I don't get like none of the
Family Guy
shit.
Clips.
Yeah, I don't get none of that.
No, I watch a lot of Family Guy clips. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't get people like fucking dancing and shit on my TikTok. I get like funny
that shit's
videos.
Annoying, bro. Because it's like they think that's what you want to see. Like, why would I want to see that? I guess because they assume, oh, you're a young man. You know, you're interested in that, so it's gonna get you horny. So you're gonna keep scrolling. But it's like, no, it's not really my interest. But that's the good thing about it is you could really tailor your interests and start. It's the algorithm, bro. The algorithm just feeds you whatever it thinks is gonna be delightful to you, so you can keep scrolling.
Yeah. My shit is just funny videos, and then occasionally like women with big titties.
Yeah, what you're gonna do? Sometimes you need to see a little bit of that, so it keeps you going. You feel me?
Yeah, but I can't do it. I can't do it for like more than like 10 minutes. Yeah. After like 10 minutes, I'm like,
well, like what the fuck am I doing? Like
it's not even that. It's just like, okay, I'm done. I'm done now.
Yeah, it's like you finish your session, but that's the thing is like people will really scroll that shit for like 3 hours or more, and it's crazy.
I can't.
That's such a time investment, and it's like short videos, so it's like you're seeing so much content, and then you got to think about how that affects your brain, because as animals we're not programmed to like be exposed to such instant gratification, but it's like scroll, and then you're just for 2 hours all these things are being implanted into your subconscious for 2 hours, and it could be anything. That's the crazy shit. Anybody is on anybody and everybody is on there and has a voice and can just fucking whatever. That's why apparently they want to shut it down. But I don't believe that's gonna happen.
Shut what down? TikTok.
There's a big push against from the U.S. government that they want to shut down TikTok.
It's not because it's taking people's attention. It's because they're worried about China spying.
Yeah, which is also another aspect. That's such a great transition, by the way, because I saw a video the other day, and I'm gonna put it up when I find it. It's basically they show like a TikTok farm, if that makes sense. So it's basically like a fucking factory, and there's all these people sitting down with like ring lights. I know what you mean. And they're just there recording content, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, there's
a lot of countries do that.
There's labs for this shit. India too, probably.
Korea does that a lot. Korea has, well, they do it a lot with K-pop artists, and then they also have like houses where they just put a bunch of like girls and they make them stream like on Twitch and shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I saw.
And that's just what they do.
Yeah, and it's just crazy though because there's like they all have different backgrounds, so you think, oh yeah, this influencer, but it's actually just they're all working like co-workers in a fucking office space. Yeah. It's very manufactured, you know, but it's like I guess that's not a bad thing when, like you said before, people are doing 7 videos a day, 7 times a week, so it's 49 videos a day. It's like, you know, you kind of, if you want that content to be streamlined, you got to just streamline it to the point where it's like, yeah, it's literally a factory. But then it's like, yeah, if you like to watch it, you know, I'm not going to criticize you.
Takes the joy out of it, out of making it.
Yeah, especially like being a filmmaker and loving video making and just editing and the whole process of it. It just feels so like soulless because it's like, it's a 60-second clip. You know, it's a girl dancing. A lot of those
girls that work in those houses. Well, it's not just girls. A lot of the people that work in those houses, those content houses, they get depressed because it's like they treat it as they have like a supervisor or something that literally like checks on them to make sure they're making videos, and like they're not allowed to do anything else for like that set of time that they're supposed to be making content.
It's like a job.
Yeah, and they give them scripts and stuff.
And remember when like YouTube started, the whole thing was YouTube, broadcast yourself. It's YouTube, it's you. But there's not that anymore now. It's fucking corporation too. Well, corporate too.
And even the people, you know, they got to treat that's what happens when something becomes a job, you know. But
right,
you can still love your job, which is what a lot of YouTubers do. But when you're making money, when something's how you make money, you got to treat it a different way than if it's just like, you know.
Well, I think that's the difference though between like a YouTuber who makes videos and makes money because he loves doing it or she loves doing it versus a Chinese fucking manufactured factory. Get back to work. You're not in the, you know what I'm saying? Like this shit, the way, from what I saw, it was just so weird. It's a fucking factory and they're all just sitting next to each other with these ring lights and it's dead ass like an office job. It's not, there's no creativity. There's no creative aspect. And I know even YouTubers feel like, you know, it's a grind. You can lose yourself in the creativity, but it's still an individual or a team of individuals producing content versus a corporation hiring people, hiring influencers. That's how I feel about, you talking about the Koreans, that's how I feel about the K-pop thing too. It's like these K-pop people are fucking like brought up from birth basically to be these idols. And even down to just their appearance is just so manufactured because they just
it's like the Truman Show.
Yeah, they just inject fucking Vaseline and shit into their Botox, and they're just up there dancing and singing their K-pop, and they have millions of fans. And it's, you can't criticize it because it's like people enjoy what they're doing, but it's still it's just. You know, like what happened to fucking people like Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles and all these artists that had like music to make. But that's a whole nother thing, is the music industry. What are your thoughts on that?
The music industry.
Current state.
I think artists are taking a lot of their freedom back from the music industry because a lot of artists now are going independent and not signing the labels.
Yeah, you know Dax?
Releasing it? No.
Oh, he's a rapper, but he's on Spotify. He's on all the platforms, but makes really good music. Good fucking rapper, but he's not signed to any label. And, you know, I really fuck with, like, what he's doing because, like you just said, he's independent. He's doing his shit off the books, basically, and that's dope. Because I feel like once it gets to a record label, especially now, you could tell, like, they want a very particular sound. They don't want, like, oh, no, it has to be, you gotta have these trap drums. You gotta have, like J. Cole says, trap drums, the shit that's hot now. You gotta have this particular beat, or, you know, it's not gonna be a hit.
And you also have a lot of artists making their own labels.
Yeah, exactly, which is even
their
better.
Own groups. And there's also a thing where you could still sign with a label, but the thing now is before, like in the 90s, when you signed with a label, you were signing with a label so that they could blow you up.
Right.
You know, so they have all the power, because without them, you're not gonna get that exposure. But now,
got the internet.
Yeah, now you have clout already. You already got people listening to you. So now, when you go to the label, it's not so that they could blow you up. It's so they could pay you. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Now you're just doing it so you could get that label money, but without the thing where, like, you know, without us, you're not shit. It's not like that anymore.
Yeah,
because they made it on their own, independently.
Yeah, what do you think about female rappers?
Female rappers?
We discussed this before, but today's female rappers.
I think with female rappers is that I feel like there are obviously good ones, but I feel like female rappers, how do I say this?
There's some great ones, but like ever since
I know what
Cardi B, Nicki Minaj kind of became the mainstream.
The good ones aren't pushed.
You're right.
It's like when men, it's easier as a man because I feel like most people that listen to like hip hop and shit are men.
Right.
So even if you're not like talking like mainstream shit, there's more people that could relate to you.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But if you're a female, you know, and most females don't listen to other females unless they're like mainstream. They still listen to men.
Right.
So in order to blow up, you gotta be like this hyper relatable, fucking bombastic,
wet pussy.
Yeah, like that. So you gotta like
so that
display this image of you.
Another female could be like, "Damn, I want a wet pussy too."
Not even. It's like, "Oh my god, yes."
Yeah, yes, queen.
Yes, I'm just like that. Oh my god, she's as ghetto as me.
Yeah, right. Like that's something to aspire to. Like, you know. But with men, it's more like, "Damn, he struggled. I'm struggling. I could relate to that." But with the females, like, it's the total opposite. Yeah, you know, it's like, I'm a bad bitch, and I get money, and the thing is, I scam.
Cardi B, I'm pretty sure Cardi B has songs like that where she talks about how she struggles and what she had to do to make it. But what's her most popular songs? Her most popular songs are fucking WAP.
Right.
And that Kodak, some shit. I forgot what made her blow up. It's just her club songs. Yeah. So nobody listens to the shit that she actually
the shit
puts
that's
effort
lit.
into.
The shit that's lit.
Yeah.
In air quotes. To the youthful generation.
I don't have a problem with lit music.
Oh, no.
Lit music has its place. You know, like, I don't want to... It's not all the time that I want to listen to, like, a deep...
a fucking 26-minute Pink Floyd song.
Yeah, or even, like, sometimes I don't really care to listen to, like,
yeah, you just want party music. Something
heavy
upbeat,
song.
Something funky to get you going. Like, oh, yeah, I fuck with that.
Yeah,
you know?
Some shit I could vibe to.
That could get you moving. But sometimes you don't want that. Sometimes you want something that's a little more thoughtful, you know? And there's a place for that, and I think that's beautiful. I think more independent, you know, that's where the independent scene is going. But that's what's amazing is that there's a market now because we live in an internet age. So now whatever kind of music you want to hear, you can hear. Yeah. I think that's beautiful because, like, you know, people complain, and there's a lot of people like, oh my God, like old school rap, like old heads, like old school rap was the best, and this and that, and it's like, yeah, it was. it's its own thing, and you can love it, but don't hate on people that enjoy music you don't enjoy just because you don't enjoy it. I think it's great that everyone has their own particular taste, everyone has their own particular brand, style, and that's the way it should be. You know, we shouldn't limit people to, oh, you can only fuck with this music or that music. But at the same time, you gotta also notice in society and like the social aspect of it, a lot of people have this mentality like, oh, if you're not listening to this type of music, there must be something wrong with you. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Like, or yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like, I mean, I don't really agree with that, but you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not like that. I'm just saying you can listen to whatever the fuck you want. And, you know, but that's the beauty of it. But what do you think about always being tapped in to music? Because I feel like
I'm not tapped into music at all. I follow artists that
no, I don't mean like that. I mean like, like literally like, because anything we do now, we can have sound for it, you know?
Oh.
Versus like years ago, yeah, you probably had your headphones, you had your Walkman or whatever.
You mean like always being
yeah, engaged? You had your album that you listened to, and you had the songs you liked, and you had your artists you listened to, but now it's like you can deadass just go and listen to fucking anything at any time, all the time.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like, it's like, even me, is like, I love having music on whatever I'm doing. But it's just so interesting because we don't have as much quiet time anymore, I feel like.
Yeah. That's, I think it's not good to always have music on. And I actually seen like a video from this guy. I don't know, I forgot his name. Ice Cold JT, something like that.
Oh yeah, I've seen his channel.
He's he's Shout super out. Into like self-improvement, like kind of crazily so.
Yeah, very serious guy.
Yeah, but he actually had a video of don't work out with music on.
Yeah, I had seen the title of that, but I saw the title, and I'm not gonna say I saw the video, so I can't speak on what the content of it was. But I sort of looked at that, and I'm like, there's a place and time for it.
Yeah, I feel like it's for different people, you know, because everyone now, they see it as like, oh yeah, that's normal. You're supposed to listen to music when you're working out because, you know, when you're working out, you gotta, you know, get
something to get you moving.
Yeah, but for some people, that it's better to just be quiet, you know.
Right.
Even gyms,
it's meditation.
Even gyms play music.
Oh fuck! I hate y'all. Let's talk about that. The gym, bro, they play the worst music all the time. And you can't bring a speaker because they'll tell you, oh, no, shut that off. No one wants to hear that. But people want to hear the fucking bullshit music you're playing. It's like, no.
Yeah, but back to, like, being quiet into yourself and your own thoughts when you're working out. And it's just, for some people, that just allows them to focus. It's more of a
meditative experience.
Allows them to focus better.
Yeah, definitely, man. But that's what I'm saying. There's a place and time for it. Because I feel like, but it's wrong to demonize it, too, at the same time. Like, oh, you should never listen to music. Like, David Goggins is like that. Oh, you listen to music to run? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like, okay, but what if that person listening to music running, it makes them happier and it makes them enjoy their life more? It's like it's a problem to some people. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be, because we should let people do whatever the fuck they want to do, and you shouldn't demonize it and make it like, oh, you're weak because of that. Because I think anybody could, you know, it's their own personal like preference is what helps them.
What do you think about like workout culture?
Yeah,
I want to say toxic workout culture.
Real quick before we get to that, I just want to say I don't think you should become reliant on it though. That's the difference.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't need music.
I think maybe that's what he's trying to say, but like, don't listen to music when you work out, because then, which it depends on your personality. Because some people have more addictive personalities, some people are more reliant. So if you enjoy it and it's good, then yeah, sure. But don't feel like, damn, I need to hear music or I can't work out. You know what I mean? Because then it's like, you know, that's just limiting you. You're limiting yourself with that.
Because now you don't have music. Well, you're not going to work out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's going to fucking happen? But like you said, what workout culture, it's very fucking, like, there's a lot of toxicity with that shit, man. It's like promoting pre-workout, which is like another aspect of, something you need to take to work out.
Yeah.
Or because that shit is like a drug, man. It's like a narcotic.
It's caffeine. A lot of them have caffeine in it.
Yeah, but the times that I've taken it, it feels like a narcotic, and like it doesn't feel good. But people promote that shit, and like you need to do that. But I think it goes back to the social media aspect of it. Whereas like what's popular, what's trendy. I just find a lot of the shit that's popular and trendy with that is very like what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just look at it and you're like, what? It's some guy fucking, like, you want to get a chest? And he's fucking, like, shaking his titties. It's like, I don't want to see that, you know? Just show me the work. Show the exercise. Show, guys, if you want to build your chest, do that. And there is a market for that, too. But I'm talking about the people that are, like, on TikTok and all these trendy, you know, workout guys. Like, oh, you got to do it like this.
There's a guy, I don't know if you know him. You know Hamza?
Yeah.
Hamza on YouTube. He has like a community where it's like, you know how like, you know, you have your workout buddies and you know, you look at each other's bodies, but you're like looking at it in a way where you're like, yeah, you're making progress. You know, you look good, man. Your muscles are looking more defined.
Right.
You're losing weight. But his shit is like they take it to to the point where it's like weird. It's like, oh my god, your biceps look so great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it gets into like a kind of like fawning thing, where you like fawn over each other, and it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, man. And it's like that. We've had like conversations like that before, where it's like, you know, guys will joke around and say gay shit like as a joke. But there's a point where it becomes like, oh, it's a little weird. You know what I mean? It's like
you're not comfortable anymore.
It makes you feel uncomfortable to a point.
Especially in there, because a lot of those people don't even know each other. They're just someone like joining like a Discord server, right? And then you're looking at all the like progress pictures they're posting. You're like seeing this shit. And at first it's like, okay, thanks.
You know, I think that comes from, though, a lack of female attention, like a lack of female consideration, because I feel like a lot of the times people are trying to look good for the opposite sex. I mean, I know there's other people, you know what I'm saying.
Hey, but, man, that's there's no shame in that.
But because no, of course not. But because they're not getting that female attention, it sort of causes like okay, we got to supplement this. So they go like really heavy for the bros, like extra. You know, and it makes it to a point where it's weird, but it's because they're not getting that attention. You know, it's basically just attention grabbing at the end of the day.
There was Sneeko got into like a little fucking beef with Hamza, and it's all because it's all because he started streaming, right? And his chat was like fucking demanding him to react to Hamza because his fans love him. They worship him. They're like, oh my god, Hamza, react to Hamza. So he finally did it. And Sneako's like a funny guy, you know. He doesn't take much very seriously.
Idolism.
You know. So he's watching it and he's like, guys, what do you want me to watch here? Like, and then there's a part in the video where Hamza, like, he vlogs his day, and Hamza gets up and he starts his morning vlog, and then he starts stretching on his bed in his underwear.
Yeah. Like,
and then just part of the video is just him stretching in his underwear on his bed.
Right.
And the Sneako's like, what the fuck are you guys making me watch?
Yeah, and I would feel the same way, because I don't mind watching a video like, yo, he did that workout? What the fuck? Like, that's crazy. But when it's like a guy in his underwear live streaming, stretching, it's like, you could do that shit on your own time. But I think it's that idolism feeling of like, oh shit, like I have these people that want to see me, and like it sort of becomes like a mindset thing. Like I want to be seen all the time, which is weird to me, at least. You know, there's a time and place, and there's stuff you record, and there's stuff that goes on camera, and there's stuff that doesn't go on camera, and that's, you know, perfectly fine. Like, I feel like people that live stream their whole fucking lives, it's like, come on, dude. Like,
man, that's a big
you don't
topic.
Like privacy?
That's a big topic, man. People just don't know what it is to be private anymore, man.
And it's not even fucking just with the workout shit. Like, gamers, too.
Oh, man.
Fucking just sitting there all day. Guys, you know, I'm gonna go take a piss. And then all the chat is like, oh my god, like, they're saying weird shit, you know? It's like, but they'll be on the fucking stream all day. just eating a bag of chips, you know what I mean? And people watch that shit. And it's like, you can't criticize them because it's like, you do what you want. It's a free country with your own time. But it's just, I gotta say, man, it's fucking weird. What do you get out of watching a man fucking scratch his nuts? What do you get out of it? And then commenting about it. But yeah, like you said, like, people just don't want privacy. And
it's not even...
It's weird.
It's not even, like, just content creators. Fucking, it's in relationships, friendships... It's everything, bro. Like, there are women now where if you don't post them on your Instagram, they get mad.
Yeah, like, that's toxic, man. Because it's like...
Why you not posting me? You're not proud of me? Like,
right.
I don't even go on that shit.
For real. I see it as a public platform to fucking, like, maybe do business or inspire people or, like, you know, it's like a move. Like, we watched movies growing up to say, oh, this is entertainment. What the fuck is entertaining about seeing some guy post his girl? What's entertaining about that? Maybe it entertains the fucking female, but in what way? It's like, it's just weird. Oh yeah, I want random people I don't fucking know to look at me. For what purpose though? Like to build a business, to make money, to, you know, to motivate people? No, I just want them to look at me. It's like, okay. I guess that's just a human thing, though, is like the need for attention.
Yeah, it's like they post everything, bro. The people that post their fucking
food,
people that post their breakups.
Oh my god, the people that post their fucking food, bro. Food. Like, I don't care. Eat the food. Eat the fucking food. It's different. I could see, like, okay, you're at a dinner with your friends, and this is a good memory. I want to fucking share this memory.
Yeah, I get it when it's like, you know, food that looks really nice.
Yeah, or like you were a cooking channel, like the stuff you watch, that's fine. But if it's like a fucking, you're eating Burger King, you're like at Burger King and you take a picture of your fucking fries, it's like, bro, come on. Like, who gives a fuck? But people do give a fuck. That's the crazy thing. People give a fuck.
Damn, I want some Burger King.
Yeah, it's like they got
no one said
they got they got free fries now. They're desperate, but you got to get the app.
I ordered Burger Kings once when I was at work. It wasn't like horrible.
Yeah, that that's like a fucking 5-star review for Burger King. It wasn't horrible.
I just got the chicken. I mean, their chicken stuff is pretty good.
Yeah,
like their chicken fries and their nuggets are like okay.
Right.
I don't get
that's another thing I want to talk about. The movement of fast food to like being app based versus like how it used to be, which is just you go get the food or drive through. Now it's like every fast food restaurant has an app and a point system and rewards points.
Yeah, they reward you for eating shit food.
Yeah, it's like I get it because it's another revenue stream, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, you can't just like have one app where all the fast food chains are. No, it's like you gotta have the Burger King app.
Then they gotta share.
You gotta have the Popeyes app.
They gotta split it.
Although the Popeyes app, I will say they do a better job than most other places because at least you can get free shit. It might be shit food, but hey, you know, they have deals, they have stuff on it. I guess it goes back though to like the social media thing about idealism. And people just focusing on idols. So they know, like, there's so many fans of Burger King or whatever, or of McDonald's, that these fans, which the word fan, by the way, comes from the word fanatic, which is not really a positive word. It means you're fucking crazy for something, but in a, like, fanatical, insane way. So I guess they see, okay, we have a great market opportunity to make an app that people will download, and it's our revenue stream, and we don't have to pay money to DoorDash or Uber or all these other apps. We could just do it like that. Yeah. And I get it, because it's like, okay, you're a business, you're just trying to do what businesses do. But at the same time, it's like, you're kind of fucking killing the fun of it. You know what I mean? It used to be fast food. I saw a fucking clip, bro. I don't know if you ever seen this movie, and I haven't either.
The founder of McDonald's?
Yes, the founder. I haven't seen the movie, but I saw a clip of it on YouTube, and he's fucking going to McDonald's, and he's like, where do I eat the food? And the guy's like, oh, in your car. And he's like, whoa, like what? He's like, can I, where's the plates? It's like, no, it's in a wrapper. And it's like just so humble how it began. And now it's this fucking big monster that that's just disgusting. And it really began though with such simple, humble beginnings. Like, you know what? I didn't cook today. I'm gonna go real quick, grab something, and and I'm gonna eat it wherever I want. It's fast food. Now fast food is like food. It's like people's fucking main diet will be fast food. They won't eat a home cooked meal. It's crazy.
Like, how are you an adult and you can't cook for yourself, man?
Yeah, a grown fucking man or woman, and all you do is order shit. Order fucking apps, and there's a difference though between like I think not home cooked, but like home restaurants, whole food, like we're making like chicken and rice and shit versus like people that just eat Burger King, or Popeyes, and it's nuts, man. Cause that shit is just so bad for you, and I'm not saying I don't eat it. I fucking eat it, but I don't eat it every day. I know there's a time and place to eat that shit. But it's like people now they just don't give a fuck about. I guess it's more they don't give a fuck about themselves. So
I remember there was a time when I didn't eat Popeyes for a while, and then I ordered it one time. I don't remember.
And that shit was slamming, right?
No, it wasn't slamming. It was horrible. I was eating the chicken. I was like, oh my fucking God, this shit is so greasy.
Oh, yeah. I hate that. But then there are the times, though, where you don't have it for a while and then you have it. And you're like, oh, shit, shit busting.
No, for me, it's the opposite. If I don't have it for a while and then I eat it, it's like,
it's worse.
Oh my God, this is fucking greasy. This shit is horrible.
Yeah.
And then, like, I get it again because I, like, I'm at work or something.
Right.
And then the more I eat it, the more I get used to it again.
Yeah, it's more like you just get used to the taste of it.
Yeah.
So it becomes like, eh.
Same thing with soda. When I went like a long time without drinking soda. Because I only drink soda. I don't ever buy soda. I only drink water and milk.
Yeah. It's like when it's there.
Yeah, when it's there, I'll drink it. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, fucking no soda.
Yeah.
But if it's there, I'll drink it. And I remember one time it was there, and I drank it, and I was like, oh my God.
It tastes like fucking like acid.
You
can taste the acid, bro.
It's so sweet, too.
Yeah, man. Like, all that shit. I think that's just sugar in general, though. Like, when you don't have sugar for a long time, you can taste, like, if you have, like, a cake or something, you could taste how sweet it is, and it's just sickeningly sweet. To the point where it's like too much, you know what I mean? Like you have
yeah, there's a difference because between like cake, because there's more stuff in cake, there's more flavors. But I guess like it depends what it is. Soda, the main flavor is just sweet. It's just sugar.
Yeah, I was looking at a fucking like I only had like $1, and I was like really thirsty one time, and I was like, oh shit, fuck it, let me buy it in Arizona, and like I drank it, and I looked at the ingredients, and that shit is like mainly corn syrup. Yeah. And it just feels like you drink it and you feel it. It like feels like a bunch of fucking syrup in your stomach. And it was like you feel it, man. It's not water. You know what I mean? Like you that's the whole illusion behind drinks. And I'm not gonna say juice because juice is different because it's actual from a fruit.
I was about to say that. There's a difference between like naturally sweet things like mangoes and stuff, right, and then just artificially
like the mango nectar. That shit is fire. They add sugar, sure, but you could taste it. It's like, this tastes like mango. This is legitimate. Versus a soda is like you're drinking fucking. It's like you took pancake syrup and just mixed it with water, and that's what you're drinking. Yeah. Is that really? It's like sludge, man. Is that really satisfactory?
Sometimes the bubbling.
Sometimes, man.
If I need a burp.
You know what though? That's a beautiful perspective to have, and I agree with you on that because I feel like now it's like too much black and white, A and B.
Yeah, you either have it or you don't.
It's like these people that are mad serious about shit. Like, no, you can't ever fucking drink a soda ever. You can never fucking eat sugar ever. You can no. There's a time and place for things. In moderation, there's nothing wrong with it. Just don't go crazy with it, But I feel like now it's like, you're an avid consumer of this shit, or you're not supposed to do it at all.
Yeah.
Which is like wrong because I feel like there's a balance in everything.
Yeah. There's times where it's okay to indulge
Yeah,
in something.
man. Yeah,
as long as you
definitely.
don't overindulge.
Yeah, because then you could feel it. If you overindulge, you feel like, you feel like shit. You feel like, like this isn't working. And you'll know it. But you know what? I guess some people don't. And some people just have those personalities.
Some people don't care.
Exactly. Like, they just have the personality. It was like, I'm just going to keep fucking doing this. I don't care how it feels. I don't care. I just want to keep doing it because it's just what I'm used to. I guess people just get stuck in their ways a lot of the time.
I feel like those people focus more on the good than the bad in a negative way. Because, like what you said, drinking like fucking a whole liter of soda in one day is going to make you feel like shit.
Right.
But to them, it's like, oh, but it felt good while I was drinking it.
Their body's so accustomed to the toxicity.
Or they'll fucking eat a lot and get overweight. And they're like, oh, my knees are starting to hurt from holding all my weight up.
Guess I'll keep eating.
Yeah, but it feels good when I eat, so I'm gonna keep eating.
Right.
It overweighs it.
Yeah, I guess that's just a human behavior thing though, and like a biochemistry thing because our brains work a certain way. So it's like when you don't have a chemical in there, it feels like your brain is out of balance. You know, you don't like homeostasis. You don't maintain your homeostasis because it's like, oh, we need that chemical that's always been there to function, to feel like a normal basis, you know, and that's why moderation is so important because you're meant to enjoy these things. You know what I mean? There's the dopamine is meant to be something. Yes, I'm ingesting this because I want that dopamine rush. Sure, but you do it over and over again, and then you need more and more to attract the same level of dopamine because ultimately this is all chemistry. So it's like it becomes a thing where you're not doing it because you enjoy it. You're doing it because your brain is telling you, nope, you got to get back to the baseline. Like, we need to be at this level, basically.
Yeah, and a big thing with that is smoking weed or just doing drugs in general.
Yeah, exactly.
I see a lot of I saw one guy talking about what was he talking about? He's talking about how tea breaks.
I think I saw the same video.
Yeah, it's some old guy. I don't.
Oh,
like
no.
This guy in his 40s or something.
This guy was a little younger, but what about him?
He was talking about like, oh, tea breaks. Stop doing tea breaks because the thing about tea breaks is like you smoke and then you like, oh, I need a tea break. I don't really get high anymore. So you go on a tea break for like a month or whatever, and then you go back and then you just go back to the same way you were smoking. So when the first time you smoke after your break, you're like, oh man, this is great. I'm so high. And then you keep up with your habits and then you're back to where you were. So he said, instead of doing tea breaks, just smoke less frequently. Yeah. So instead of getting up and being like, yeah, I want to smoke a blunt and then fucking like 2 hours later, oh, I'm going to smoke another blunt. And then at the end of the night, you're doing a dab and it's like smoke in moderation, you know, smoke like once a week.
Yeah.
So you'll never not get high.
Well, that's a perspective, you know, and I think, but I also think that's sort of like from the perspective of someone that's so ingrained in it that to them, like they can't, like they sort of work around the idea of a break or stopping because it's like, oh, you know, why stop? You know, just do it less. And then it's like you're still doing it though every day. And are you really you might enjoy it, but you're not enjoying it to the same degree.
He said not to do it every day. Though.
Yeah, but the thing about weed in particular, though, is like if you take a really long time off of it and then smoke, you're going to get super high to the point where you're probably not going to want to smoke again for a while. The psychedelic guru, scientist Terence McKenna. That was like something he has said a lot of the time too. And he was an avid weed smoker, but he said like if you take a really long time off of cannabis, it's meant to be like a sacrament and really bring you somewhere else spiritually. But people don't treat it as that. They treat it as, okay, I'm going to smoke every day because it's, you know, it makes me happy. Like we said before, restoring that dopamine baseline. But when you take that long tea break, or not even tea break, just break in general, like you don't do it, and you're like, you know what, fuck it, I'll smoke. It becomes a more enjoyable, or maybe not enjoyable. Maybe it's like, holy shit, like I'm way too high. I don't want to do this, you know. Maybe like it brings you back, like I don't want to do this, you know. But you won't know unless you take that time off. And I feel like that the both are interesting perspectives, because one is like, you know, you can do it, just do it less. But then it's like a lot of people's personalities, they're not going to want to do it less. They're going to do it less. And like you said, they're going to say, all right, I'm just going to smoke one blunt tonight. And then one turns into two, and then two turns into three, and then they're back where they were. But I feel like when someone just says, okay, I'm just not going to do it for like a long time, and they say, okay, fuck it, I'm going to smoke. But just smoke as much as you can in that next time you do it. Or even if it's not smoking, edibles, whatever. Do as much as you can stand in the next time. That's what Terrence McKenna said. Because then you'll get so, like, you'll be in such another place with your high that you, like, it won't even be something you would want to do every day. Because you're just going to another dimension, basically. You know, it's not feasible. And I really think that's a good perspective to have, because especially with drugs, because a drug is a chemical that's changing your brain, you know. So when you do it all the time, every day, constantly, your dopamine baseline is like, okay, we need this to function. We need this basically to function as normal. But when you take that long time off and then you change your state, you're like, oh shit, like I can see things from a way different perspective now and enjoy this state to its full effect without it being problematic. You know, just problematic in the sense of like, well, not really problematic, but like when you do it, you'll know, okay, I'm going to do it, and it's going to be a whole nother experience. But after that, you're like, oh shit, like that was that, versus before you were doing it all the time, and then it's like, oh, what the fuck?
This applies to a lot of things.
Oh, absolutely. Like we were talking about sugar, sex too, jerking off, porn. It really, anything in life is moderation. You know, I feel like, because, but then there's then there's the other perspective of, oh no, you got to be stone cold, sober, free of sugar, free of everything, free like completely. And
those people look at it from the perspective of you gotta reach your max potential, and that if you indulge in any of these things, it lowers you. But you know, do you really have to reach your max peak performance all the time?
It's a perspective, you know.
It's valid, but like
definitely valid, but
to me, this is my opinion. Right, that I'm saying is that, come on, like there's people that reminds me of, you know, Kellogg's.
Yeah.
John Kellogg's. He was like that.
Didn't want kids to jerk off.
Anything. The reason why he created cornflakes is
stop kids from jerking off.
No, it's because he had a belief. He was weird. He had a belief where you had like life energy, and you had a finite amount of life energy in your body. And whenever you took pleasure in anything at all, it drained your life energy. And if you drained it enough, you'll die. So his philosophy in life was to enjoy things as little as possible, so you could live as long as you can. And he did it with everything, with food. He made cornflakes because he didn't want it to taste good.
That's crazy. Yeah,
he didn't want cornflakes to taste good because he thought that if you liked eating food, that you were dying, you were killing yourself. So he got into a huge like hate relationship with his brother because his brother was normal. Yeah. He was a businessman, so he was like, "Oh, you know, I want cornflakes to sell. So I gotta make them taste good, so that people will want to eat it." But he didn't want that, so they started hating each other, all because his brother made the cornflakes taste good, because it went against his whole fucking perspective.
Yeah, man. That's definitely like I see what you're saying, and it doesn't work. You know, you can see evidence of it in life, in reality. You can see that that's the case because look at David Goggins, for example. Fucking hard man, tough guy, dude. But he takes so much pain that it's literally destroyed his body. You know, he's like, no, you can never enjoy anything. And it's like, yeah, but then you're destroying yourself literally because you're trying to go to that point of pain so much that you end up, there's no pleasure in life. And I think as human beings, in my perspective too, I agree with you, we're meant to enjoy this life. We're meant to have pleasurable experiences.
Literally, the happier you are. If you're sad, you don't live
right.
as long.
You live longer. Like the French woman that she was the longest woman who ever lived, had the longest life, and she was that fucking smoker, like not a weed smoker, but cigarette smoker, which is worse. From the age of like 12, you know?
Oh, yeah, look at fucking...
I'm not saying go smoke cigarettes every day and you'll live longer, but enjoy what you do. Take pleasure in what you do and it'll help you.
What's his name? Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
Winston Churchill fucking
alcoholic.
He was an alcoholic. He smoked cigars all the time. He ate fucking pork for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 times a day he ate pork. And that nigga lived until he was like fucking... I forgot. He lived until like his 80s or late 70s.
Right. Regardless, though, and he had a very profound effect on the world.
Hold up. Let me be Jamie real quick. I'm gonna keep talking, but I'm gonna look up.
No, but it just goes to show you, it's like you need to enjoy your life. You need to have pleasurable experiences because that's what we are put here to do. We are put here to live and breathe and experience happiness, basically. And whatever brings you joy, do it. Don't do it to the point where it destroys you, but don't not enjoy yourself to the point where it destroys you too.
I was wrong. He lived until he was fucking 90.
Right.
So longer than I said.
Shit, bro. You see what I'm saying? Because he enjoyed his life and he enjoyed what he did. So enjoy what you do.
He was a G too. He was fucking G,
badass.
Bro. He was a badass. When Germany was doing the Blitz on London, they were dropping bombs everywhere. Then it was like, yo, I'm not leaving. I'm staying here, bro.
Yeah, and his infamous quote, what was it? I think a woman was criticizing him and he was like, yeah, tomorrow I'll be sober and you'll still be ugly. You know, it's like, oh, you drink too much. Fuck you. And it's just awesome though. Like that was a really beautiful way of putting it. It's like balance is really the key to life, the key to success. Moderating what you do and what you love doing, and also at the same time not letting it control you, not letting it destroy you.
Yeah, he's not a good example for moderation though, but the happiness thing he is.
Yeah.
He was definitely
happy.
Happy.
Moderating it to the point where you're happy, I guess. You know, because I'm sure he enjoyed what he did. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he was like chain smoking and like, fuck, I'm not enjoying this at any point.
And the people we were talking about, the ones that say don't do that, they'll probably be like, but imagine how much longer he could have lived if he didn't do any of that.
Yeah, maybe he would have died fucking way before and been unhappy.
Maybe if he wasn't an alcoholic and smoked every day, he would have been too pussy to stay in London.
Shit, exactly. Bombed. Exactly, you know? It's a different perspective. But it's also not one people tell you because people push narratives and people push, oh no, you need to live this healthy, perfect life. It's like no one is going to live a perfect life. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, vegans
it's impossible.
Do that all the time.
It's impossible. So pick your poison, as they say, and just do it the best you can.
Not vegans, extremist vegans.
Yeah, no, I know. Like the people that are like, oh, you're eating meat, you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah, not like normal vegans.
Meanwhile,
like,
Jordan Peterson literally eats fucking meat, and it helps him. It keeps him alive because if he didn't eat that diet, he would have horrible problems. And it's like you can't say, oh, we weren't meant to eat meat. It's ridiculous.
Meat. Whoa.
If you don't enjoy it, that's fine, but don't push it on other people.
This is a theory, but meat is literally what allowed us to advance.
Yeah, they say cooking, like cooking with fire, cooking meat.
Yeah,
helped increase the nutrients of the brain.
It was also meat, like meat itself. had just the protein content of it. But cooking too, because
just the fact that we have canine teeth.
Cooking is essentially just pre-digesting your food, so that your body has to do less work to extract the nutrients from it.
Yeah,
and some foods you literally can't even eat them without cooking it. Like mushrooms, you can't eat mushrooms without cooking. I mean, you could, but you fucking have horrible constipation.
Yeah, like the wet mushrooms.
Yeah, because the cell walls of mushrooms are super dense.
They're very gelatinous. Too.
Yeah, and they're full of water. So when you cook them, it softens them, and it also releases all the water.
Yeah, and that tastes good. Yeah, there's got to be a reason that cooking food tastes good, right? Like neurologically, it's like, oh.
It's because it renders the fat.
Yeah. Well, no, but also I'm just saying, like, for your brain, it's like it means something if it tastes good because, you know, the way sugary things taste good because they're high in calories. And when we were surviving, we needed to live in a survival environment. That meant, a lot of calories. This is good for me. Yeah, I'll survive.
That's actually
the reason why food tastes better when you cook it is like, oh shit, this is more nutrient dense. This is better.
That goes back into why sugar is addicting. Body. That goes back into why sugar is so addicting.
Yeah, exactly.
Because neurologically, our brains were wired to like store as much energy as we can. Because before we didn't have agriculture.
You didn't have access to shit.
Yeah, a reliable source of food. So when you came across like a grove of trees with fruits, you ate everything you could to store as much fat in your body.
Because you wanted that shit.
Because you didn't know the next time you were going to eat.
For real.
But now our brain still thinks that way. So it's like, Oreos, fucking cake.
Yeah. And
snacks.
It tastes so good going down.
Yeah.
And then you store all this extra energy you're not using.
Yeah, your body's like, this is great. I have so much energy. You know, I'm going to store fat. I'm not going to starve. But you're not going to starve anyway because you're going to eat tomorrow.
Right. And that's why it's important to moderate. Yeah. And especially in a society of excess, like now we have more of everything than we've ever had at any point in human history. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to really pick your poison and be selective with what you do because there's excess of you could literally get anything you want at any time in any quantity. So just be selective.
These people are our kids.
Yeah, like there's so many podcasts.
I feel like a parent.
Why not listen to Greene?
I feel like we're parents right now, fucking teaching them.
To us, and then there's like some kid behind the screen. He's like, "No, fuck you! I'm gonna eat all the Oreos I want."
Like Cartman from South Park, the episode when his future self comes back.
Oh yeah,
his future self comes back and he's like healthy. He's like, "Hey Cartman, you know, I'm healthy now. You're gonna end up good."
And then Cartman's like, "What the fuck?"
Cartman's like, "What the fuck? I don't want to end up like you. You're a loser."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm gonna eat and do whatever I want." And then he leaves, and then his future self turns fucking morbidly obese.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a lesson. You live and you learn because this is just natural as part of growing up and experience. And you know what it is too though? A lot of people don't have someone to tell them these things or tell them, oh shit, like yeah, maybe you shouldn't eat so much sugar. Maybe you shouldn't smoke so much weed. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't have that person, so they do it in excess and then they feel unhappy and then they're like, why the fuck do I feel unhappy if I'm doing something that makes me happy? Because they don't have that person to step in and say, yo, maybe you gotta adjust.
Yeah, or even like they know it's bad, but
that's what you have friends for.
Yeah, they know it's a bad thing to do.
But now if someone tells you to stop, they're a toxic person.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
They're toxic and you got to cut them off.
There's also people that like they know it's a bad thing, but they just don't have the discipline. Like there are people that know that it's bad to smoke. Like my grandmother, she smokes, and she's like, "Oh, I tell her to stop," and she's like, "Oh, I know it's bad, but I know it's bad," and she'll just keep doing it because some people just aren't able to control it.
I don't mean it in that sense. Like I mean when they're like it's themselves, like they don't enjoy it anymore.
Oh,
like the French woman example I was giving. Like she smoked her whole life, and she made it to 120 something, dude. And it's because she really did enjoy that, though. And I'm sure a lot of people told her, oh, she had said actually a lot of doctors told her to stop smoking, and they died before her. You know,
damn.
It's a lot of it's just stress. I feel like
you said she was smoking since she was 12.
Yeah, I swear to God, you can look this up, dude.
Yo, her fucking breath must have stunk bad.
Well, she was French too, so she probably stunk either way.
Oh yeah, true. Damn, she wasn't showering. She was smoking. She probably smelled horrible.
Fucking 120 years old.
She probably smelled like fucking burning garbage.
Yeah.
Smoked garbage.
But you know what though? She lived a happy life. Happy long life. So just the key is do what you want. Do what makes you happy. Unless it's not making you happy anymore.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a lot of porn addicts or whatever addicts get to a point where they're just doing it to like we said before, sustain that baseline and not because oh shit I genuinely enjoy what I'm doing. They just feel like they're stuck in the habit. You know?
That's a lesson for this.
Yep, you gotta break the habit or don't.
Do what you like.
But not too much.
Do it so that it makes you happy. And
if it doesn't make you happy,
not so you feel like you need it to be happy.
Right, yo, that's a good way to put it. That's a great way to put it, and that's a great way to finish.
Yeah.
Great episode.
Be happy.
Be fucking happy.
Be happy now.
Stop worrying so much.
Be happy. Be fucking happy.